Dr. Steve, what is the Circle of Excellence exercise?
Well, the Circle of Excellence exercise, I like to simplify it. A lot of people, when they practice NLP, they put their own flavor on things, so to speak. They do it their own way. So I like to keep things as simple as possible because I don't want the people I train to be confused about what they're doing. I also don't want them to confuse their clients. I also, as it gets passed on, I don't want it to get changed too much in a way that's not actually what it's supposed to be. Like that telephone game, if you whisper something to this person, next person, by the time it gets back, it's hilarious because it's completely different than what you initially said. So we don't want it to get like that, so I do my best to keep things very straightforward. So the Circle of Excellence is simply a circle that you can imagine in front of you. And you can do that right now if you'd like. Go ahead and close your eyes and just imagine there's a circle in front of you drawn on the floor. Just imagine that. Can you imagine that circle?
I can.
Okay, so with your eyes closed, I want you to imagine any sights or sounds that might relate to that circle. What does it look like? Give it a color. Have it make a sound. And give it a temperature, if you would. So we want to involve audio, visual, and kinesthetic. So when I say give it a temperature, that involves the kinesthetic sense. So in a moment, you're going to step into that. But what I also want you to put in that circle is that is the best you that you can possibly be. That circle of excellence is you at your excellent best. That's you being the go-getter, the achiever, the confident person, the motivated person, the successful person. That's you at your best. So put that in that circle too. And you know that when you step into that circle in just a moment, you're going to access that part of you that is excellent. Can you imagine all of that?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Now, in an actual clinical setting, you'd give them a little bit more time, and you would also go more heavily on the sense that they relate to most. So perhaps if she were more visual, I would create more sights in it. The color would be doing something. It would maybe be rotating. There would be something rotating around it. The circle itself might be rotating. If she were more auditory, then the circle might have a chance to make more elaborate sounds. If she were more kinesthetic, then perhaps the circle would have texture, perhaps even beach sand in it. It would have something more kinesthetic to it, a more rich experience of the primary sense that she related to, audio, visual, or kinesthetic. So what I want you to do right now is really heighten all of those. So we want to get those to a peak state. We want to really get, most importantly, aside from the sight, sound, and feel of the circle, we want that excellent state to be heightened. So I want you to really imagine all of your greatness in that circle right now, in every aspect of your life. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
Okay, and again, in an actual clinical setting, you might take more time and you'd actually know more details about the individual that you could put in there. But as we do this sort of generic session, you get the idea, you get the picture. So in a moment, you're going to step in there in your mind, and I want you to step in there now. Imagine stepping in there in your mind. So it's a very rich environment in there. It's got something to hear, something to see, something to feel. Can you imagine the Circle of Excellence right now?
Yes.
And I would take time normally during this part of it to really develop that Circle of Excellence for her, so it's really a rich environment. We want to make it as compellingly real for her as possible. But most importantly, what I want you to focus on is the excellent you, the excellent version of you. This is you at your absolute best. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what we call getting her to a peak state. We would normally take more time with this and develop her peak state in a number of areas in her life that we knew that she wanted to work on, because the client can have tremendous value from that. And now what we want to do is install a resource anchor so that she can access that state anytime she wants. So what I'd like you to do right now, we'll just do a very basic resource anchor. I'd like you to make the OK sign with your right hand. There you go. And I'd like you to say the word excellence.
Excellence.
Okay, you can open your hand. And you can just relax it now. Okay, so anytime that you want to feel these feelings of excellence, all you have to do is imagine stepping into that circle in your mind, make the OK sign with your right hand, and say the word excellence. Suddenly you will be put back in that position that you're in right now, where you feel those feelings that you need to feel to do whatever it is you're doing, to get through whatever you're getting through. And you can slowly open your eyes now. Okay, very good. How do you feel?
Great.
Okay, wonderful. So this is a version of the Circle of Excellence. The wonderful thing about NLP is that once you've mastered it, once you take it and you own it and you make it yours, then you can add to the body of knowledge. You can actually make things simpler. You can also add to it. So this is just one of the ways to use the Circle of Excellence. This is a way that I've found over the years that I've been doing this, that it's very helpful to do in this way. And another thing we like to do in NLP is test it afterwards. So we won't do that now, but a lot of times you want to make sure that you've actually installed an anchor, so you would have them fire it off afterwards to make sure that they actually feel those feelings, to make sure that you've done it right. If not, then you can always repeat it or move on to a different technique that you feel might work better. So you feel excellent?
I feel excellent.
Wonderful. I'm Dr. Steve G. Jones, and I invite you to check out my website for more NLP information. That's stevegjones.com. I've also got a free recording for you there, so be sure to check out stevegjones.com. And I hope you have an outstanding day.